gentlemen, making their way to the ring, they are the undisputed tag team podcasting heavyweight champions of the world, Phantom and Soul, the Rasslin Bros Podcast.
Welcome, everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to another episode of Rasslin Bros Podcast. I am one of the hosts, Phantom the Cook, and I'm joined by my podcast partner tonight, Soul the Interrogator. Soul, what you got going on?
Man, I'm chilling like a mega villain on amoxicillin, you feel me? Uh Man, watched a lot of wrestling. I tried to watch AEW this Wednesday and I got about halfway through a match and I turned it off. I be trying to watch, man. I'm trying to be uh not be so objective and just watch it and enjoy it, and I just can't, bro. I don't know, man. But anyway, I did see a lot of WWE and saw a lot of rumors going on. We got some things to talk about.
All right. Well, since you brought them up first, let's go ahead and knock some of them rumors out you got. We can hit. We're gonna hit it a little different tonight.
Okay, yeah, I'll start it off. Well, first off, there's been a lot of rumors going on around about CM Punk. Um, you know, there's a lot of CM Punk haters out there, and trying to find where the camera is. There it is. I'm looking at the other way. Uh, there's a lot of CM Punk haters out there, and a lot of them are jumping for joy because they think this is like a flex or something that apparently CM Punk has been wanting out of his contract, and that's why he hasn't been showing up at shows. Um, he did comment recently, he was on camera. He commented about not being at the UFC, the Donald Trump suckfest. And then there's been some photos of him, some workout photos, and he's looking yoked. My guy is looking yoked. Anyway, the newest rumor that I heard is that he is going to be back in July in Chicago. And I don't know if that's for Raw. And I haven't heard anything about Night of Champions, but man, people need to calm down. I don't think he's won out of his contract. I think him and his wife wanted to take some time off. He wanted to go to the gym. He might even be shooting a movie, man, but I think he's pretty happy in WWE. And, this is a different CM Punk than we've seen it, or the whole he's a cancer in the locker room type shit. Um, you know, but these Punk haters, they think, oh, I see, he's back up to his old tricks, and now he's making problems in WWE, and he wants out. Good, kick him out. Blah blah blah. And I'm just like, I'm a CM Punk guy myself, so these haters can kick gravel and travel. You feel me? So, yeah, I guess it remains to be seen if he shows up in July in Chicago or not. We'll soon find out, I guess. Have you heard anything about his Phantom?
Seen some of the photos people have been talking about. Some of the questions they asked about. Haven't got to the part of the whole him wanting out of his contract. But I figured time off will probably come. I figured it was more or less time off, heal up any injuries. Him and AJ, just taking time, and whatever they gonna figure out, they're gonna figure that part out. So hadn't really been something I really too been concerned about just yet.
Yeah. I saw, what was it? was it Chris Van Vliet or was it might have been Stephanie McMahon's podcast. But AJ was talking a lot about mental health. Since this is off the cuff, we're freestyling here, but she says sometimes when she does a wrestling program, she needs to take time off for her mental health because like she gets like sensory overload because I think she's on the spectrum. And so I think that this latest run probably took a lot out of her because she hadn't done like a run in what was it 11 years or something like that, a long time.
Yeah. Yep.
And like I don't know if you saw that video on AJ's last night when she lost to Becky. Her and Bailey were hugging in a hotel, and this fan comes around with his camera and gets all in their face in a hotel. And CM Punk smacks the camera out the dude's hand and gets in his face. And dude's like acting all surprised. He's like, "Sorry, good. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Punk." Like,
I
what do you
saw it.
expect, man? Like, look, I'm going to tell all of y'all if you see a wrestler in the airport or in a hotel, leave them the fuck alone, man, for real. I mean, maybe wave hi as you're walking by or, something, but don't be getting your phone out and getting in their face and their personal space. These are people, man, and their entertainment is in the ring. And yes, they have a persona outside the ring, but they are in no they're not obligated to serve you 24/7. And if you like, I don't know, for me, I'm a hip hop artist. And if you got in my personal space, like I'm feeding my daughter and you came up to me with a camera, I'm knocking you the fuck out, man, for real. And so I think that whole thing and maybe Punk just wanted to take a little time off, spend some time with his wife. And salute to CM Punk, salute to AJ Lee. And yeah, man. I'm looking forward to seeing him come back. So,
Okay. Okay. So since we're here, we might as well. This ain't a rumor, but we're gonna go ahead and tackle it since this is old before we get to the up to date stuff. Do. I don't want to show the picture. I wish we had the picture, but hell, the hell with it. Uh, 2026 Wiggate is upon us, and for those of y'all who don't know, Jay Cargill's nice hair, her wig got let's just say rearranged on two separate occasions with Charlotte Flair, if I'm not mistaken, but one on SmackDown that most people saw. My first thoughts were it was eventually it's gonna happen. I'm sorry. As a brother myself, I've seen women do amazing things in wigs, and I'm just like, hey, it happens. It's gonna happen. That's the risk you run. But all this craziness and backlash, hell, y'all knew she told you. So it was
mhm.
eventually gonna happen anyway. So you got it on that part.
I just realized my AC was blowing. So if it sounded all funny on that end, I apologize. I just shut it off. Man, I feel bad for Jade Cargill. I've seen her without her wig, and she's a beautiful black woman, man. Honestly, I mean, she's strong, and that girl looks like $1,000,000. So I didn't, like there was a lot of bullying and people talking shit and even some pretty racist shit. And I wasn't really feeling all that. I felt bad for her. They've done phenomenal work with her wigs in the past where I've seen her get her shit pulled and it didn't come off. You know what I mean? She's taken some incredible bumps with that. Um, Yeah, I don't know what happened with that, but it caused a stir. But to me, it doesn't change anything about how I feel about Jade Cargill. Um, I've always felt as a wrestler, she was always under the Tony Khan umbrella, and so she didn't really get proper training in AEW. She was doing the same shit for the whole time she was there, and I think in WWE she's slowly starting to learn, and I feel she's improving. She is probably not where she needs to be yet, and I think they might be pushing her a little prematurely. But the women's division is a mess. I said that 2 weeks ago. Um, and I like Jade Cargill. Like she's she looks like $1 million. She's got that it factor, the sizzle that Vince McMahon used to always talk about. We don't sell the steak, we sell the sizzle. And she got that. She's got that look, and so people. I don't understand why people want to make fun of her because she's wearing a wig. I think her wigs are amazing. She wears all different types of wigs, and uh, you know, um, people just need to chill the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. That's just me. So
It's one of them things, you got to make a stir. She's maybe rubbed some people the wrong way on TV. There's some
yeah,
rumors flying around that, that wig whole incident could cause either Charlotte or something, or her something. We never know what's true, what's
yeah,
not on some of this. But, at the end of the day, yeah, she's probably the first in a long on that big of a stage for it to happen. So that's just one of them things where she's just gonna it'll blow by. You could tell at the front of
yeah,
her head. You could tell at the front of her head they took some countermeasures with either tape or some glue because I noticed
yeah,
it
yeah.
immediately. Kept noticing it, so I was like, oh, okay, that's just something.
Yeah, people are
Some
posting like bald head memes, or her looking bald headed. She still has hair underneath the wig. You know what I'm saying? She even posted a photo today. It says, "Just in case you forgot," and it showed a photo of her without her wig on. With looked like she had some little S curls going on in her hair. Um, it looked good. Personally, she don't really need a wig. She can just wrestle the way she is. She looked fine to me, but. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. People are just weird. They just need to leave her the fuck alone. Didn't she wasn't she on SmackDown? She attacked Tiffany Stratton. I mean, I know we're not really at that point to talk about SmackDown, but I didn't see the whole thing. But I saw this clip today, and it looked like she came and attacked Tiffany Stratton during a match. I think it was the Queen of the Ring match or some shit. I don't know.
well, I'm glad you went there because we're gonna do a little something different on this
Okay.
one. Tonight we're gonna do Night of Champions, and we're gonna involve SmackDown and Raw, all in the Night of Champions. Roll it all into one. We can go down the match card, and we can go ahead and give thoughts from that, and we'll get to all of that. That way we can just tackle each match because it's not a big card, but it's not a small one. But and some of this will go quickly. So you ready to do it that way?
Sure. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna start in reverse because the first one we're going with is now undisputed championship match: Cody Rhodes versus Gunther versus Sami Zayn. It is a triple threat match.
What? So we talking about predictions here?
Oh, we're gonna roll it all into one because that's a SmackDown. We can do all the cards. We can split it. We can go down the line. How do you feel about it from the perspective of SmackDown and going in and what it has what it foreshadows for Night of Champions?
So I saw the match, the Gunther and Cody match on SmackDown with Sami Zayn as special guest referee. Uh, I don't know. That match was something else. I wasn't. I don't know. Sammy's supposed to be the heel, but he's playing the good guy, did the fast count for Cody, and you know, pulling the new ref out, and I don't know, that whole match was just a mess. And to set that up as a triple threat through that was just it was ugly. It was ugly. I didn't, it didn't make any sense to me. Uh Sammy's been wanting his world title shot and blah blah blah, and he's sick of this. He say he's the whining and complaining Sami Zayn, but he considers himself the last real good guy or something like that, and
Mm-hmm.
which I think is an interesting take for a heel where he's playing a good guy but he's actually a bad guy. But yeah, I don't know, man. I thought that I think that was the first match of the night. So he did the quick count. Cody won. They all went in the back and started arguing. Nick Aldis is yelling at Sammy. Sammy's yelling at Gunther. Gunther's yelling at Cody and blah, blah, blah. And Cody goes, you know what? And he goes back out in the ring, grabs the mic, and he said, let's restart this match. Get out here, blah, blah, blah. And they restart the match. And then Cody ends up, Cody technically got disqualified because Sammy gave a haluva kick to Gunther. So, and the championship doesn't change hands that way. So it gives Gunther an out to whine and complain about being cheated.
Well, hold up. Because, see, this is all a means to this is all a quick way a means of a quick addition. With Sammy, I think you got to notice it, the last real good guy. Sammy, in his own way, I don't know if you've noticed this, is channeling his inner Kevin Owens. His own way of being of Kevin. His Kevin Owens, for example, when he thought he was the champ with the Winged Eagle.
Yeah.
He's Sammy's trying to channeling that. And
Right.
that was a means to get him into this match instead of, prolonging it. Now the other part to this is now for a Night of Champions being at Riyadh. Now this is the part that I'm like, okay, Sammy is clearly said he's Syrian descent. Will they let that happen in a Syrian descent who's openly? Would they let him win that title in Saudi Arabia? That'd be very interesting. Sammy's being that annoying Sammy that's going to allow Johnny Gargano to be annoying Johnny Gargano.
Dude's like brain dead right now. He's like catatonic.
And this is the means to get Johnny Gargano. I'm about to call him Johnny Ace, but yeah, Johnny Gargano, Johnny Ace. That's a different person.
Johnny Ace.
People power, but Johnny Wrestling. That's a way to get him up and running as well. So that's going to be the interesting part. Is they're throwing that third wheel in there, but that third wheel very well might be the one that ends up with the title by some way possible.
Talking about Sammy?
Yep.
That's a Syrian. For a long time, Sammy couldn't even go to Saudi Arabia because the Syrian government and the Saudi government had major beef. And then when they made a peace pact, then all of a sudden Sammy was allowed in the country again. It was so weird because he's a Canadian. He's not a Syrian. He's not a citizen of Syria. He's just of Syrian descent, and he's Canadian. And it's so weird how they're just like, oh, nope, you're Syrian descent. You can't come in the country. It's just, man, they play by a different set of rules over there, man. I swear to God.
It's almost like Sammy has become the Chris Jericho of The Rock, Stone Cold.
So you think that Sami Zayn is going to win? Is that your prediction?
No, that's just me throwing one out there, not a champion. That's just me throwing it out there.
Okay. No, I'm not even disagreeing with you. I think it would be an interesting twist if Sammy won. especially because right now he has major go home. He's like people are sick of him. Heel, babyface, it doesn't matter. They're just everybody's got Sammy fatigue, and except in Saudi Arabia, they love him over there. So he might he could do it, and honestly, I'd be happy for him. He's been wanting a world title for a long time, and it's just eluded him, and so I think it might be good. It might be a good shakeup for the world title because I'm kind of tired of Cody. I love Gunther. He's a great heel, but I'm kind of tired of him always being, he's always winning championships and that goddamn chokehold, that sleeper hold, man. He's like an old fashioned 1950s heel. That's what he reminds me of. That's why I like him. He's an old school heel, but
He's like the Vaughn. You know who he just made me remind of? He's what the Vaughn villains. If people don't remember those fuckers, the Vaughn villains.
yeah.
He's what the Vaughn villains probably should have been, but he's that just naturally.
Yeah. He reminds me a lot of like I've seen some old Gorilla Monsoon videos of him wrestling as a heel before he was, the commentator. He was a wrestler, and when he was a heel, he was real nasty, just big brute, just pow, just clubbing blows, real slow. He's not super athletic, but he gets the job done. It's like that kind of thing with Gunther. But at the same time, I'm kind of tired of him always being in the picture too. He's retiring all the legends except for Brock Lesnar apparently, but he's always in a championship picture, which I want to kind of. I love Gunther. I want to see something fresh for him. I'd love to see him in a match with man. Have him go to NXT just for one night and wrestle Mason Rook and watch them two motherfuckers go at it. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. I don't know. I just want to see something different um for Gunther and Cody. I don't know, man. I think he needs to take a little time off. I'm just kind of just man, to be honest, I'm gonna go on a little rant, man. I'm kind of frustrated with a lot of things in wrestling, like the Bloodline 2.0. This is like I'm like, God, this again. It's like let's change the record. It's skipping.
Wait. We gonna get there because our next match, you brought this up. And this I think should be a quick one. The next match we're going to is Obafemi and Jey Uso. Now this I think is going to be a quick one. Only because Brock Lesnar is the great equalizer of all.
Mm-hmm.
And if Brock Lesnar's last match is truly to be in Minnesota, then he gonna have to make a trip to Riyadh and snatch a hole in old Obafemi again. And they do it, then that's how Jey Uso wins this match. That's just my snap judgment. Brock Lesnar, we'll see you in Riyadh.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I was thinking the exact same thing because, they're pushing this narrative of Roman wanting Jey to win the other title so they can do the bookends. And Jey has been acting pretty heelish lately. He's not doing so much eating, but he's back to being snarly, screaming and yelling, pissed off Jey. I don't know, man. Maybe Sammy does win, and then Jey wins King of the Ring, and he wrestles Sammy, his former best friend, former Bloodline member, and Sammy is a placeholder title holder, and Jey ends up winning. I don't know, but I do think that Jey's going to win King of the Ring. Yeah. That's
You
a nice
got
little.
You got there because I was like, I want to see if he catches this one, catches that one I threw at him about the Sammy one, and I was like, yeah, this is
Yeah,
going.
yeah, yeah. I just that's the only thing that's making sense to me right now because I'm like, why are they making Jay win when he's not over right now? Like people have a lot of Jay fatigue right now. Most people do. They've been like when Roman said acknowledge him and everybody booed the shit out of Jay. And you know what I'm saying? I was like, that's crazy, but he keeps on winning. But remember a couple months ago before this, before the Usos got back together, Jay went on a really bad losing streak and was doubting himself and all that. And now all of a sudden he's winning again. So there's got to be a reason for it. And this thing with Sammy will kind of make sense. So yeah, yeah. I mean, but I'm
Somebody's.
still sick of the new bloodline. I'm like, oh God, I can't. Even though I love Jacob Fatu, man, that dude's a beast. But I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that. So
Well, Jacob will get there on that one as well because yes, there is something brewing. But we'll hold that for later on because we're
yeah,
gonna get to the next match, and in this match, I think we both can agree we're gonna thoroughly enjoy. Hope they don't fuck this up. Steel cage match: Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker.
yeah. I'm kind of getting tired of Seth and Braun. I thought they've already. I- Hopefully, this is the last one. Like it's time to move on from the Vision and the Vision snake bit. I'm just gonna say this little side quest here. The Vision is severely snake bit. You had Seth Rollins out with a shoulder injury. Then you had Braun Breaker out with a torn hernia. Then you
Don't
had
forget Bronson Reed went out
Braun.
first.
Oh, I thought it was the other way around.
Nope.
I thought it was Braun Breaker and then Bronson Reed.
Nah, Bronson Reed was first.
Okay. Well, Bronson Reed's out. Now Logan Paul's out. So there's literally just and now Braun is back. So it's Austin Theory and Braun Breaker, and those two are a weird mixed match. Oh damn, my lights are all my lights are going out on me, man.
You might be speaking some bad wrestling juju.
Nah, it's cheap lights. I need a better ring light. Anyway, yeah, I don't know, man. When Vision first came out, I was like, "Oh my gosh, these guys are for real. This is the new Four Horsemen. This is Evolution. This is like these guys are going to take over." And Paul Heyman's the. I was like, "Oh wow, this is going to be amazing," and they just can't get it together at all, man. And it's like hanging on by a quad thread. So, yeah. So hopefully this, maybe this is where Bronson Reed comes back because I've also seen rumors that Bronson Reed's in really good shape. He's lost a bunch of weight and he's like ready for a return. He said I think it was on his social media, he did a video. And he said he's ready to come back. So who knows? He might be in Riyadh and he might interfere in the cage match and cause Braun Breaker to win. Maybe him and the Street Pro. I don't know. The Street Profits get involved. That whole thing's a mess too. The Street Profits.
I say that is the precursor of the Street Profits splitting up.
Mm-hmm.
This
Mm-hmm.
is, I believe, is that whole thing of Street Profits now have to break up because we have to now see what Montez Ford is.
Yeah.
And quiet as kept, if you really like think about it for a minute, doesn't Montez Ford and Seth Rollins remind you of each other?
In a way, yeah. 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 They're two A-type personalities, They're a little over the top, they're flashy. Um their wrestling style is pretty similar. They Montez uses the thing, which is kind of catchy. He doesn't really have a catchphrase, or does he?
Well, we want the smokers always been the street profits,
Yeah. That's
but he
true.
might just take it and just say, now I want the smoke.
I want to smoke. Yeah.
I am the smoke.
Oof. That's a
That
good
wouldn't
one
be
right there.
that wouldn't be bad. I am the smoke.
Yeah.
Hey, you heard that shit first. I don't give a damn where it comes from, damn it. You
That's
heard this
right.
shit first.
Yeah.
You stealing my shit.
Yeah. He said, copyright that. Copyright that. Shit.
Motherfuckers. You cut me a check. You cut me a check, I'll let you slide, goddamn.
Yeah,
Cut me a
for
check, I'll
real.
let you slide.
For real. He said, hey,
But
Hunter, cut the check. I need that WWE money.
yes, sir. Goddamn, we're not gonna change. We're still gonna be us.
Yeah. Facts. So,
Next,
man,
so
you
we
know what's
got
sad though? I love fucking Street Profits, man. And I just felt like they just never got their just due. I mean, they've been tag champs like twice, I think. And um yeah, I remember when they were rolling with Bobby Lashley before he dipped, and I thought that was kind of I felt like a demotion for them, like they were Bobby Lashley's lackeys, and I think they're good on their own. And so
well,
when
I
they
think
came
that
out to fight the
uh,
Vision, I was like excited. I was like, "Oh, let's go, let's go!" And then that match was just, I don't know, man. I don't know, bro.
it looked that way. That's why I say it's looking towards them breaking them up.
Breaking
But
up. Yeah.
the Lashley thing was kind of another hurt business kind of deal that they just couldn't get off the track on that one. But we're gonna leave
Yeah.
that where it is
Yeah.
because we
Yep.
got a next. Yeah, we're gonna leave that one alone. We're gonna move on to the next match on that one because that's a whole nother story of rant for another
Yep.
goddamn day.
I got you.
Next match, the women's United States Championship match. Jade Cargill, Tiffany Stratton. I'm gonna go ahead and say this now. My thought is, Jade, you're out of the championship picture for the time being. It's just not working right now. So her and Tiffany Stratton are right now, and I hate to say it this way, but hell, if I'm gonna say about dudes, I gotta say about women. The champions, the two early champions battling for mid card status right now. And who's
Hmm.
gonna step up and who's gonna step up from that? Maybe.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I hate to say it that way, but shit is like, okay.
Yeah, I agree. I I wish Jade probably went to NXT to get some real proper training, you know, kind of break her down to basics and get her a little bit, because she's just, yeah, I agree. Her championship run was pretty stale. I didn't like Meechin and BFAB. I didn't like them being involved. It was like, Jade needed some help, and Bianca's gone now for at least another year or two because she's pregnant. So, obviously, I almost said Dawkins, but Montez got to step up and pay some bills. So, that's probably why the Street Profits are splitting up. But, but at least when you had Bianca and you had Naomi, they're like really tight knit friends behind the scenes, and they were able to help each other, or help her. Now she kind of doesn't have that, and she's just kind of out there flailing like a fish out of water. Um, I want to see Jade succeed because she's got that look, man. I'm telling you, she's and some things she does is really incredible. Like when she came back at Elimination Chamber and she kicked the shit out of Naomi, man. I was like, Oh my gosh, man! I jumped out of my seat when that happened. So, like, she has these flashes of brilliance. I do like her finishing move, and I want to see her succeed. Um,
Now,
Tiffany,
now, now, her finishing move now. Woman, you gotta. I hadn't said this publicly, but damn it, I'm gonna say it now. So you might not know this about me, but I had a thing for Beth Phoenix a while back,
mm,
and you got that motherfucker from Beth Phoenix. Yep. I was like, all right now.
yeah, yeah, I like Beth Phoenix. Adam, Cope is beating the brakes off of that.
Oh
Anyway,
yeah, but he got that. She got that from her, and Beth Phoenix made that move
yeah,
mean something.
yeah,
Cause so you got to be careful with that.
yeah, but you know, that's an AEW and dragon skin theme music. I don't know, man. I don't even want to get into all that, but yeah, I mean, I agree. But that's always happened over the years. Yeah, Booker T doing the bookend, which was the rock bottom. You always get wrestlers got the diamond cutter and the RKO. You know, there's always wrestlers doing
Oh,
Scorpion
oh,
Deathlock and the sharpshooter. So,
yeah. Well, we gotta. I think that RKO on Diamond Cutter dispute is over with. That been over with.
well, who was that? Randy Orton said in an interview that he called DDP and asked permission if he could use it, even though DDP was in WCW at the time, and DDP gave him permission. He said, "Yeah, go ahead and use it."
Well, it
So,
kind of came as Johnny Ace Cutter. It's kind of the original where this comes from. Is the Johnny
hmm
Ace Cutter. We're
hmm
sidebarring. We're this ain't scripted, y'all. So we sidebarred on that. But it comes from the Ace Cutter, so it's between the Ace
yeah,
Cutter and DDP on that part.
yeah. Well, I would say that DDP and Randy Orton definitely popularized the move. You know what I'm saying? Do you remember? I saw originally that Goldberg's theme music belonged to Ta-
Tanaka, remember we talked about
Tanaka.
that? Yeah, it was
Yeah,
me and you.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. So, and then Real American. I think we talked about that too. Real American by Hulk Hogan was who was that? Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson's theme music or something like that. You know what
Barry
I'm saying?
Windham. I think
Barry
it was
Windham. Yeah, yeah,
Barry
yeah,
Windham.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly. So, I don't
You
know,
stole
man.
from you stole from my cousin, Hulk Hogan. You stole from my white Texas cousin.
Well, Hulk Hogan is good at lying and stealing and being a racist piece of shit. So, I mean, um, no, rest in peace. Not really. Um, anyway, back to what we were talking about. So, like Tiffany Stratton, I've always said I think she's scrappy, and I think that promo she cut on Charlotte was, whew, that was below the belt, but it was cold. I was like, oh damn, okay, okay. I saw a lot of promises, so I was starting to really like Tiffany Stratton, right? But I agree that these are two people that were shot to the top a little too soon. Kind of like Maxine Dupree with the IC. Oh God, man, I don't want to get into Maxine Dupree, but anyway, yeah. Is this a title match between
It is.
Jade and Tiffany?
It is.
Hmm. Maybe Jade takes it. I don't know. Maybe Tiffany's just not ready for anything. Maybe Jade's just a step. I don't know. I think Tiffany's a step higher than Jade as far as like
Uh,
talent level goes, but
That's
I
why I
don't know.
think they're about to put it. That's why
What do you think?
they're finna put it in the ring with Charlotte Flair.
They're going what?
They're gonna put it in the ring with Charlotte Flair.
The U.S. title?
No, she's not gonna win the U.S. title because based off SmackDown, they did attack Charlotte Flair,
Oh.
B-Fab and them. So I'm like, they're gonna put it in the ring with Charlotte Flair.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So if that's the case, then you're about to have to swim with Charlotte Flair.
Mm.
And enter ma'am, you might want to buckle up.
Who needs to buckle up? Jade?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
she ain't
Charlotte's an amazing talent. I think people had a little bit too much of her, but now that she's kind of dialed back and done the thing with Alexa Bliss, yeah, I think, man, she gonna teach her a couple things like wrestling wise. Cause Charlotte, she's good. She knows what she's doing. You know, I mean, look who her daddy is.
true that. Next, all right, next match we got. Now this one is a interesting one. It is the men's United States Championship match. Ricky Saints versus Whoop That Trick Williams.
I think Trick Willie's gonna retain, man. Uh, I like Ricky Saints, but he's always just been kind of a Timo Rock to me. Um,
You're not the
like
only person I've ever heard say that before.
I, he's another one of those guys. He has a lot of promise, but again, he's one of those guys that came up through AEW, and like I remember when he was in AEW and he cut a promo on Edge, and Edge, like, I think, like, said some shit to him that, like, that was like the last time you saw Ricky Starks at the time. Like, it was bad. He embarrassed him, and it wasn't like, it was like hitting below the belt type shit. I was like, oh boy. Um, like Cope was like, let me tell you something, son. Like, and so I don't know. I like Trick Williams. I don't
They-
really care for Ricky Saints that much. I
But
think
they,
Trick Willie's gonna win. He's too hot right now. It's too hot to.
yeah, but they kind of put Ricky Saints in this position. So could this
Yeah.
be the US feud you didn't know you wanted, but maybe because Ricky Saints, let's just be, the man can wrestle in the ring regardless.
Yeah,
They both
I agree.
both they both can. So does this become the three-way dance of Ricky? Damn, does this become the brothers three-way triangle with Trick Williams, Ricky Saints, and Carmelo Hayes? Oh Lord. Okay.
Mm. What are your
That'll
thoughts
be
on Carmelo Hayes?
has everything, but for some reason something's not catching on.
Yeah,
Something promo wise isn't catching on.
yeah. He kind of reminded me of MVP in the very beginning. Like, he kind of had that kind of swag going on about him, like MVP, back when MVP was, new in WWE. But
Hmm.
I haven't seen him really develop. I, eh, he kind of was doing this, and then he just kind of stalled, and he's just been here. He's not like ascending any higher, and I don't know what was going on with creative to make them kind of pull the plug and put the brakes on him, because Trick Williams, they brought him in as a heel, and the fans are like, nah, he's not a heel. He's a baby face. We all love him. I don't care what you do. He could walk down that WrestleMania ramp with a roll of toilet paper coming out his ass. It, it don't matter. We all love him. I was like, man, uh, and I and not gonna lie, he's the lemon pepper steppers. They've kind of grown on me, man. So I'm not a Little Yachty fan at all, but Little Yachty's grown on me as kind of like a hype man for Trick. And he's kind of got it. I'm really glad they moved Sami Zayn away from that. The gingerbread man thing was so fucking stupid. And so I'm really glad Ricky Saints is, I think, is a better fit for this, this type of thing that rivalry. I felt like Sami Zayn was a square peg in a round hole. It just wasn't. I didn't like it. So, but yes, this should be an interesting match. I'm looking forward to seeing it. But I still stick to my guns. I think Trick Willie's going to win this one, and Ricky Saint's about to learn another lesson. So,
Okay. Next one we have the Queen of the Ring finals. Io Sky versus Liv Morgan. Two Raw superstars, I might add.
yeah,
This has Stephanie Vancouver written all over it.
yes, yep,
Oh, well, okay, hold on. Only because it's EO, I hate to say that way. Because I feel like she doesn't need Stephanie Vancouver in this. EO can just be EO and she'll be just fine.
yeah.
But this either has Stephanie Vancouver written on over it or Raquel Rodriguez written all over it somewhere.
Yeah, Stephanie has been injured for a while, and this would be a good return for her. I'm a huge Stephanie Vaquer fan. I love the way that she is an incredible wrestler. She's beautiful. Her English, I mean, she hasn't even been in America for 2 years, and she got to WWE and spoke zero English, and now she can like do interviews in English. So her English is getting better. So I like it when she cuts promos in Spanish more than English because it's more authentic and not it doesn't feel so forced as when she's doing it in English. I think Stephanie Vaquer should have a like a manager who could be act like a translator for her. That would be pretty cool. I mean, she doesn't really need one other than that, but maybe a heel turn would be good for her. But I would love to see her interfere with the match because honestly, I'm sitting here going, why is Liv Morgan, who is already a champion, in the Queen of the Ring tournament? The winner gets a WWE title shot. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah,
And
actually it
so
does.
so then I thought about, okay, maybe Raquel Rodriguez wins the tournament and goes after. So I was really rooting for Raquel Rodriguez to win the whole thing. But then Io Sky won. And I'm like, and I love Io Sky. But God damn it. I don't know. I say there's going to be an interference, like you said. It's either going to be Raquel Rodriguez uh, or Stephanie Vaquer, and we'll see what happens, man. I just don't see Liv Morgan winning. We can make it
Uh,
make sense, but why is a champion already in a tournament for a title? It just every podcast
uh,
I've listened to, they all say the same thing, and I'm like, it just doesn't make sense. So
uh, I can make it make a little bit. A, live two belts. B, live in Rhea Ripley.
yeah, but they could do that anyway.
True.
Wait. So wait. The pay-per-view for Queen of the Ring is Night of Champions. Am I right?
Yep.
Okay, so do you remember what the concept of the original Night of Champions was? It was every champion from
Hi.
every brand puts their titles up,
Yep.
and they've gotten away from that. Why is it called Night of Champions? It's not the Night of Champions. It's another corny ass WWE pay per view, and they just sprinkled the King of the Ring tournament in there. Um, this would have been a great match if they did it right. Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan, champion versus champion. That could have been a main event for Night of Champions. So for them to have to make a champion already win a championship title to go against Rhea Ripley at another pay per view is just, it's like taking the long way home. It's just, I don't know. I think they could have,
A long way home with a stop in Saudi Arabia that wants what they want.
yeah. I'm so tired of Saudi Arabia. I'm tired of it. Man, we go there what, 5, 6 times a year? It's like they're gonna they're
This
gonna buy the company, watch, from TKO.
that was on the table before TKO thought about it.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I'm just the mat. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know, man. We'll see. I'm not really looking forward to that match at all. I love Liv Morgan. I love Io Sky, but I'm just like, What are your thoughts?
Um, if you're not gonna do the two belts thing, that championship, do you go ahead and put EO? Yeah, I actually would prefer EO win. EO wins because I believe some reshuffling can happen and EO can face Liv. The Judgment Day could turn on Liv. EO
Or
win.
Io can wrestle her best friend.
Of course, that's actually my other part to it. Also, is that
Yeah, yeah,
she doesn't even touch Liv.
yeah,
EO just says, "I want Rhea."
yeah,
That's
yeah.
why I say some reshuffling will have to get done here. But I'm like, yeah, it lays it right there for you.
So, and if that's the case, I would love for Io Sky to win. I would love it. I'd love to see that happen. I mean, they've wrestled each other before. I will say the three-way match between Bianca, Io Sky, and Rhea Ripley it was probably one of the best triple threat matches I've ever seen in my life. That was incredible. And so I think I I think they would put on a good match, you know. So Io Sky, she could whoop Penta's ass like she did several years ago. She can go toe to toe with Rhea Ripley. So, anyway.
Reshuffling is coming, so that's the card in essence. Now,
Okay.
is there any wild prediction, anything you want to see happen just for the fuck of it? Just be like, you know what? I just want them to do it just for the shit of it.
Hmm. I would something with the bloodline. I'd like to see. Oh wait, what's going on? Is Roman going to be in Saudi Arabia?
Not scheduled to be. Well, not for a match, no. But if this is the finals, then I'm pretty sure he's gonna be there.
Yeah, because I think Brock is going to come in, like you said, interfere in the match and cause Jay to win, and which is going to set up the rubber match between Oba and Brock at SummerSlam. Um, yeah, okay, so I all my predictions kind of went out the window because I wanted to see um, uh, Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan, get into a beef. And I wanted to see because it seemed like when I saw the press conference at the last pay per view, Liv Morgan seemed a little tipsy, but she was kind of baby facing it up. Like crowd was chanting her. She was kind of being friendly and not being Liv Morgan. And so I was like, oh, maybe they're gonna switch her baby face. And Raquel, and Roxanne kick Liv out of the Judgment Day. But I don't know. I want Judgment Day to just kind of end because I'm tired of that. That group is not what it was originally set out to be. You had Rhea Ripley, you had Damian Priest, you had Edge, and then Finn Balor. That was like that was a pretty tough group. Then you put Dom in there, Dirty Dom, who's over, and he's cool, but there's nothing really intimidating about Dominic Mysterio. Then you put Liv Morgan, who used to be the Harley Quinn of Riot Squad, in there as the leader, and then you got Finn Balor, not anymore, but you've taken all the intimidation factor. Now you got big head Klingon ass. What's his name?
JD McDonough.
Yeah, JD McDonough, the Klingon. You got his big head ass in there, and everybody's like 4'8". So I'm just kind of tired of Judgment Day. I'm ready for that shit to end. So I don't know. Maybe a big him. Let's just go off the rails and say Judgment Day splits up in Saudi Arabia for good. I don't expect it
Okay.
to actually come through true, but we'll just go with that. What about you?
Femi beats Jay Uso.
Okay.
Even with Brock Lesnar's interference, he still beats him.
Okay. And does that put a target on his back for the first family or new bloodline or whatever you want to call it?
Probably. Because
Hmm.
now that gives him a two-way go now. First you got to go through Brock. Second, after you're done with Brock in Minnesota,
Yeah.
we put you right on over there.
Yeah. And then,
Oba Femi versus Jacob Fatu off the muscle.
whew, whew, that'd be a good match. Oh, that'd be a great match.
Let me rephrase it. They're not gonna do it off the muscle. Let me rewind that. It's gonna be a Jey Uso. He gotta go through somebody, but fuck
Yeah.
it. It's gonna be Oba Femi Jacob Fatu. I mean, what the hell else did I need to really say?
Right. 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 Whew, that would be a great match. If
That'll
they,
be the second man. There's
yeah.
only can be a couple, but so many.
Yeah.
So that'll be the second man. And I'm not saying he beats Oba, but I'm saying,
Okay. So maybe he wins King of the Ring, and then Roman's like, "Hey, I don't think you're ready." Like he does to all the people who've never held a title. I don't think you're ready for this. You know, so I'm gonna have you go through my cousin, Jacob, and we're gonna see what you're really about, type thing. And Jacob be like, "I'm gonna dog walk your ass. All gas, no brakes with it. Yada I mean." 5-2. Oh my gosh, man. That's gonna be a crazy match if they do something like that, man. I agree, man.
yeah, but I think they can give him that two-way Brock Lesnar go, and that way he can, let me see what you do to Brock. I beat Brock Lesnar before. Let me see what you do to Brock.
Sure.
And then we'll talk.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good prediction. Mine was like way off in left field and probably will never happen. 0% chance of that happening, but I don't know.
Now, if you want to do that one, then I'm still hanging on. Well, even though this is future casting, but hell, fuck it, we'll do it. We got time. We can get that one out the way too. Ooh, excuse me. Brock comes back to help Jacob Fatu.
Okay. Yeah. There we go. That's a good left field one. Okay. Cool. All right.
And the real tribal chief has arrived.
And who's that?
The Rock.
I want to point something out to you, and I want to get your thoughts on this. Do you remember when Roman gave the Ulafala to the brown one to Jacob? And he said,
Mm-hmm.
when the Wild Samoans came in, that was the bloodline. And when Yokozuna won a championship, that was the bloodline. And when Rikishi was dancing his ass off, that was the bloodline. And when the Usos came in, that was the bloodline. And when the tribal chief was born, that was the bloodline. You know who he did not mention was The
Mm-hmm.
Rock.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, he did not, and I don't know if anybody else noticed it. You obviously noticed it. I noticed it. I was just like, but I don't hear anybody else talking about it. I'm like, bro, he really just shaded The Rock, the people's champ, the great one, uh, whom I'm not gonna lie, I have not liked his promos on his last little run. I don't know what's going and those bell bottoms he's wearing and all that shit. Just he's been acting. Oh, you crackhead Karens, go smoke some crack. And I'm like, shit is stupid. But maybe it's going to finally set up The Rock versus Roman and we'll make it The Rock's last match. That would be fucking phenomenal. That'd be so great. So great.
Just remember this. There was a time Rock did it a little more blatant. Roman just did this a little more subliminal.
Mm-hmm.
Rock did ask a question at one point in time. Should I sit in the booth?
Yeah.
Should I sit at the bar?
Yeah.
Or should I sit at the head of the table?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, that's what got this whole thing set up with Cody losing his spot and the quote unquote Cody crybabies getting him back into the spot, and they had to make this weird, ugly match. And I don't know. Yeah, I would love to see The Rock versus Roman. Make that Rocky's final match. That would be great. Yeah, man. So who knows?
Well, we got through this one, so I think we good for the night.
Look at that, 2 minutes
Oh, but
over.
before we go, I don't like you, but
You
you
don't
were
like
right.
me?
I don't like you, and you were right. But I like what you said, though.
Oh, oh, oh! I know.
You
I
know,
know where you're going. You're
go ahead.
talking about Danhausen, right?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. He lifted the curse on the New York Knicks and they won the championship. Hey, bro, look, me personally, I wanted the Spurs to win, man. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That was just, but it's been 53 years since the Knicks won a title. So
And
I'm not mad at that.
he's been everywhere.
Who, Danhausen?
He's been
Oh,
everywhere.
bro, they're starting to show him on hockey games. They showed some hockey game and on the jumbotron, there's Danhausen. He goes, he's wearing the other team's jersey, and he goes, "You are cursed," and everybody booed the shit out of him because it was a it was a home game, and he was wearing the other team's jersey or something like that. And I think they ended up losing that game. I was like, he needs to uncurse the Mets or uncurse the Mariners. Let's do that. Uncurse the Mariners. We're the only team in baseball that has never been to a World Series, let alone win one. So please, Danhausen, I'll send you some real human monies if you uncurse the motherfucking Mariners, please, for the love of God.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, and with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think that is it for us tonight. Danhausen, please, you're welcome on Wrestling Bros Podcast anytime. Oh man. I think this has been a good one. Round 3, we're starting to round into shape a little bit. We're gonna get there, ladies and gentlemen. But thank y'all who will listen to this, who have watched it, who will watch it. Hey man, we'll be here every other Saturday, 10 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock.
7
6
o'clock.
o'clock. 7 o'clock.
Yeah. 7
7
o'clock on the
o'clock
West Coast.
on the West Coast. I am Phantom, and for my brother Soul the Interrogator, we are the Wrestling Bros. We'll see y'all again 2 weeks. Y'all take care.
Peace.
Mm.
Ladies and gentlemen, making their way to the ring